Hey everybody, it's Spongy Gay. How's it going? Yeah, I decided I wouldn't do a show tonight, but then I thought, well, heck, maybe I'll do a vlog instead. So I'm doing a vlog. Anyway, how's it going? This is I did a search for fat Green Lanterns so that we could cover all of our topics with one image, and this came up. And I thought it was quite appropriate because it's like one-stop shopping. It's like an obese Green Lantern. So I just had this revelation that the social engineers, I was listening to Michael Savage. He was playing Bill Clinton, backing up Nanny Bloomberg. It just shows you how they're all in on this together. They are all in this together. And New York City is the testing ground for what they're going to, roll out all over. And this whole thing with Bloomberg and the sodas, which is the dumbest thing. I would say pop. Some of you guys on Twitter have been saying it's pop. I say pop where I'm from in Michigan. You guys, I feel like I should move back home. I really want out of the city. It's becoming an impossible place to live. It's a city filled with Miss Gulches. It's a city of people who want to be models and are like Miss Gulch and are angry at any kind of conceivable happiness that anyone might be having. And they're all leftists, which means no fun, no joy, nothing to look forward to but the death panel. And that was my revelation while I was listening to Michael Savage. I just had this revelation that they are between aborting the girls, only letting the boys live, preferring the boys, pushing this gay male lifestyle, and the fitness. They're pushing a gay male fitness-crazed society that will obediently go to the death panel and be euthanized when the time is right, when it's best for the government to save money. And the Chinese, here's something I haven't talked on the show. The Chinese, the Chinese bought the AMC theater chain. That means the Chinese are going to be controlling our culture. And they don't like girls either. So this is what we're looking at. Frankly, I can see it getting to the point where if they do find a gay gene, people will ask for it in their child. That's how weird things are getting. And here's a contradiction that this contradicts everything about the health Nazis. And I realized this when I smoked, and they were talking about smoking. They go on and on about the cost of smoking. Like here's the catch-22 in their whole philosophy: smoking, obesity, whatever. They complain about how it costs, the health costs of it, and then they say that it will kill you earlier. So doesn't it save money to have someone smoke? Doesn't it save money to have someone be obese and have a heart attack when they're 60? Isn't it more expensive to be covering these people while they linger? I would think if they really were worried about that, if they really were worried about the bed spaces and the Social Security running out, they would be pushing destructive lifestyles like the gay community does. But no, I don't get it. Do you see the contradiction? So I guess they want to keep us all alive, lingering as inexpensively as possible. Like just sitting there. Maybe we'll be sitting there in our rooms on lots of medications. They definitely want medications. We'll be watching Soledad O'Brien on medications, quietly sitting there, while she explains wealth distribution and how our belongings, which are evil, will be redistributed. Redistributed. That's a hard word to say when you really think about it. So that was my paranoia breakthrough tonight. What are they trying to engineer us into? You know? What are they trying to engineer us into? So, the DC Green Lantern thing hit the fan today. Now, I had heard before that it was Shazam, but it turned out to be Green Lantern. Now, here's the thing. You guys know I'm a comics geek. This is not this Green Lantern, the fat Green Lantern that we all know now, the one that Ryan Reynolds played. This is the Green Lantern from the 30s, no, the 40s, and it's not even that Green Lantern anymore. This is a new parallel world version of the 1940s Green Lantern, who hasn't been a regular part of DC in a long, long time, and hasn't had his own comic book since the 40s. Okay? And it's not even him. It's a new parallel world version of him, where he's like 20 years old. Okay? He doesn't have his own book. People were saying, oh, it's to increase sales. Earth 2, the book that this guy carries, will be in, was already one of the big surprise hits. It was already a hit. He's going to be one of many characters, even in Earth 2. It's a team book. It's the Justice Society. And he's not even the star of it. And he's not in any of the Green Lantern comics. And he's not even in the Green Lantern Corps. He's like a parallel world version of it. You know what he's the equivalent of? He's the equivalent of, remember when Star Trek went to the evil dimension? He's like the equivalent of the evil Sulu in the Star Trek Mirror, Mirror evil dimension. Okay? That's what this character, this new gay character, is the equivalent of. So it's not exactly the end of the world. I think it's kind of like, and the other Green Lantern that still exists. You know, that's just that they went through this dimensional warp, and this is, you know, the result. Whatever. People are really over gays, though. You know. I mean, I see so many people who are really, really over it. And a lot of you guys are talking to me on Twitter the past week about it. And I think that you guys are right when you talk about that whole kind of flavorless gay propaganda type storyline and those gay propaganda characters. I'm gay, and I'm proud, and I wanted you to know that I'm coming out. Those kinds of characters, everybody hates. And those kinds of storylines, everybody hates. The gay left has done a bang-up job. It's not even there is no gay left. There's just a left that controls gays. You know, I think that my gay listeners need to understand that. I'm not against gays as individuals. I'm against the left. And the left plays gays for their own goals. They don't care about gays. I want to make that clear. A lot of people think, because Kyle's on the show all the time, people assume that I have the same politics as Kyle, and I don't. I believe that Kyle has the right to express himself, and I think he's an exciting personality. He has an exciting mind. It's interesting. I think that the reason why I like Kyle, well, I mean, I like him as a friend, but the reason why I like Kyle on the show is that Kyle is arguably the most conservative gay man that I've ever come across. And I think that that's important and interesting. And Kyle is definitely more conservative socially than I am. I'm for civil unions, you know? And, you know, I'm not against gays or gay relationships or anything like that. What I'm against is this kind of social engineering stuff. I'm against how gays have been pitted against Christians, for example. I'm against the Christophobia in the gay community. I'm against the anti-capitalism in the gay community. I'm against the un-Americanism in the gay community. So try to understand that, you guys. You know, I'm just amazed how none of them seem to be interested in what I've learned, you know, in my travels online in conservative circles. None of them seem to care. You know, they're complacent and they've been brainwashed and they're not actively thinking. So, whatever. We'll all survive the gay Green Lantern. But you know something else? I like the Batwoman comic. People were comparing it to the lesbian Batwoman. I love that comic. So maybe I'm part of the problem. But I'm telling you guys, the DC comics, most of them are rated teen or higher. I've talked about this too. Most of the comics now I would not give my nieces and nephews. They have children's versions of them. It's not the same as it used to be. It's not the same as it was when we were kids in the 70s, 60s, and 70s. It's not the same. You know, they started in the 80s with all that Dark Knight and Watchmen stuff. They made it darker and darker and darker. And they've already had a load of gay characters. This is just the latest nonsense. They've already got gay characters all over the place. Big deal. And they're always the dullest characters. That's the reason why I like Batwoman. Batwoman, the comic is not about her being gay all the time. It's scary, it's mysterious, you know, there's ghosts. It's interesting. The fact that she's gay is just like part of the story. It's not even, it's just like part of her background. It's not even the guiding story. You know what I mean? I hate those gay stories. You can like them. You can like something that's about Oscar Wilde or something, but you know what I mean? That gay propaganda storyline. Oh gosh. Anyway, we're over PC and we're over people telling us how to eat and live. So that's it. I'm out of time. I'll talk to y'all soon. The show will be live tomorrow, Saturday. Talk to you then. Bye.